So, I got a feeling that this might have something to do with that star that fell to Earth at the end of the last episode. Now, at this point in Elden Ring, I do not know what I'm doing. Defeating Godry was more or less the last thing that I did in the previous save file that I was working on, so from here on out, it's going to be entirely blind. And I didn't even realize that, yeah, there was more to that boss fight than merely getting a great rune and everything. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get in here, but I can at least give it a try, see what ends up happening. I'm still not quite sure if it's going to be necessary to, say, get all of the great runes or anything in the game. It's just, if I was going to take a guess at what any sort of progression for Elden Ring is going to be, it's probably going to be defeating all of the great lords, as you could call them, much like, say, Dark Souls, stuff like that. How do you get down here? Is there a way to get down here? Is this just a gigantic crater that now exists in the world? I mean, I can take a look around, see if I might be able to find something, but yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing here now. Looks like this is a little bit more promising as far as finding some footholds to go down into the center and maybe find myself some cool meteorite gear or something. I don't know. Managed to get a meteorite sword at one point in time earlier. I guess it's not entirely unheard of. It's just... Oh, man. Look at this, like, obliteration ending of Risk of Rain 2 type of stuff I'm doing right now. As always, platforming is frightening in Elden Ring. And certainly having all of this fog is not helping stuff either. Here we are. So, no horses allowed? But the real question is what's going on. And yes, I do in fact have the swords now with a proper amount of stats to be using. So I'm pretty excited to really get these things working, even though they are significantly slower than the axe in just about every single way. They do also have magic damage associated with them, which might be useful just in its own right. Ups its damage quite a bit, but maybe not so much against, say, magic using enemies. Well, if I'm lucky, I won't need to fight any more of them past Renala. That's at least the hope right now. No grace points, eh? Boy, do I... If I make one misstep, I do think I'm probably going to have to spawn all the way back at Fort Height or something instead, which is not ideal. Neat. Did not expect this to happen, I'll be honest here. One of the NPCs that I was talking to earlier did make a reference to this, which probably have to go switch over to the other save file to actually show off, but I didn't realize that it was, in fact, like a real city that I was going to be going to. I thought that was one of those background... Are you friendly? Oh, that was one of those background elements that I might not actually get a chance to visit. Okay, well... All right. Damage is good. That said, did it even give me any runes? I think this might be one of those enemies that it's just going to revive. No, it did. Okay. Undead enemies, for example, do not actually give you any runes when you kill them because they're not truly dead. Well, hey, these guys have about as good accuracy as me when I'm trying to fight stuff. Hey, nice. I think I'll actually use that right now. After all, I do get a fresh rune on me, and even though it's just some basic stat ups, could probably be, you know, a very good boost anyway, especially for an area that I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing in right now. Jumping around on roofs is a very classic type Dark Souls type deal, but doesn't really tell me what I'm looking for or trying to do in any way. Still no grace points, by the way. That's maybe the most worrying thing of all. I guess this is supposed to be something of a lost city. It kind of makes sense, but still. Yeah, that's a pretty big health increase. I already have a lot of health at this point in time, having put many, many points into vigor. Will I be able to survive if I jump off of this? I don't think so. I don't think I wanna risk it right now. One of the things I've definitely learned doing a lot of strange. One of the things I've definitely learned doing a lot of Elden Ring right now is that, oh man, I just have no idea how to judge distance in any way. Trying to jump up, trying to go up or jump off of cliffs usually just results in my death. I'm gonna just try it. I am not dead. Those guys, though, I do not like the look of. Thankfully, they do not seem to be undead, so at least they're going down in one hit. I'm a big fan of their, I'm a big fan of their, weird, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, okay. Frost balls, I guess they're carrying along with him. Oh, thank God. And hey, we get to see some of the cool arrows getting stuck inside of me. Yes. Still a thing in this game. And the more, yes. The more, fancy the arrows, the better they look when they're sticking out of your character. Okay, so is this an entirely new section? Yes. Nokron. The Eternal City. All right. Also seems to be underground, which is sort of an interesting type of thing. I have seen this in one other area in the game, which I might end up showing off here as well. Once again, I have no idea if this is optional, if I'm very much intended to go here. I'm just hoping it ends up leading me to another great rune, or at the very least an NPC that will kind of get me pointed in the right direction. Still, you gotta beat quite the boss to actually get in this area in the first place. So stuff like the Ghost Wart, which I believe gives me... Still don't know what that is. The Ghost Wart, which gives me extra levels on the Ashes of War that I can be using. My summons. It's like, hey, that can be good. It's just summons are not really a thing I've been using too much. And now that I got like this cool weapon, come on, why would I ever want to use a summon? I didn't even show off this just yet. Probably the least powerful of Radahn's skills, but it's still kind of cool to have that sort of gravity ability. Usually he would use that to combo it into like a bunch of other attacks instead. Okay. Enough of this. I'm doing the exact opposite of what I said that I would never do. Fight enemies in a Souls game, but at the same time, with the amount of strength and everything that I have, strength, health, everything, killing these guys pretty easily. One of the kind of disappointing things about these swords is that despite having two of them, very few attacks actually use both swords. Like the heavy attack, for example, doesn't even factor it in. Jumping attack, same thing. It's only the R1, really. And that's not really using both of the weapons for like a big combo or anything. You just swing both of them at the same time. Okay. Enough of that. Also, you might notice that, yeah, I'm down even more pieces of armor now because these things are so incredibly heavy. Shouldn't be too surprising, though. Like, look at him. Radahn was a very large man. So it's no surprise he had a little bit easier time wielding these, even though he was still quite slow with them. Which I'm appreciative of. Dew-kissed herb. Herba? Herb? I can't see it. It's too far in the background. I'm playing this a tiny, tiny baby resolution. You don't... I'm playing this... not a tiny baby resolution, but like very... The TV is very far away from me is what I'm trying to say here. Oh, larval tear. Hey, that's actually... Finally. That is the thing that I want to go give to the magic boss. The full moon lady. That is the thing that will allow me to, presumably, respec my character. Which do I want to? I don't know. This actually scales with, this is actually a weapon that scales with dexterity now, so maybe that's something to think about. The real question, though, is where am I going from here? Because I can continue fighting these guys forever, but I don't really think I want to. Okay, fireflies. I think that's more crafting materials that I'll probably never end up using. Now, the larval tier there, provided that I can get away from the just ridiculous onslaught of all of these enemies, I'd like to take a look at what exactly that says. That might be pretty... might give me some indication of I'll actually be able to use the great rune that I got from that other boss already. Aside from that, I wonder if that's the only... if that is the only, items that I'm going to end up getting in here. Didn't really see another place that would be like a progress point. No horse. So keep that in mind. I don't know. Still, though, good to know that I have this here. It is not the, well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at that tier. A larval tier, then, because maybe it might give me an indication of, like, yeah, what I want to end up doing with this. It does say, you know, imperfect beings perfect those who have been born anew. Which, hey, if I use that larval tier, maybe that is a... maybe that means that I'll be able to use that rune? Reallocation of attributes. Yeah. So it is exactly like what it says. Well, I guess I'll take a look down here later, record my findings, see if I can actually find something else to do. But aside from that, speaking of underground areas, like I was saying, there is another one that's open even before defeating that one boss. Just need to go get over to the Fort Hate that I was at before and go up to the tree. Alright, the minor Erdtree. These things usually have some form of upgrade for your flask of wondrous physic, and generally like a mini boss that you find around there. But this one in particular, over on the east side of Limgrave, also has this area right here, which I was thinking about trying to find a little bit earlier, but really couldn't figure out where this thing was. Sort of like the third church of Marika. It was tucked away in a place that I found at one point in time, but couldn't seem to find again. Lengthy elevator ride. And I guess that would be the town that I was just at. Though not accessible from this section alone. Does seem to be something of a fairly difficult area if you find this one early in the game. The only thing is that, well, there's also... It's completely optional, seemingly. I have not figured out anything to actually do in here just yet. Much like the other large area that the other town that I found right now. So, as you can see, a lot of ruins, a lot of junk strewn around the ground, which is all pretty useful just by itself, but nothing that... I don't know. Still trying to figure out if there's anything more than that, or if it's just kind of a little side area that you can get into. You know, say hi, get some of these unique items like golden centipedes that I just pick up off the ground, throw into my inventory. And then leave it at that. One of the things I noticed that you can, in fact, do in this area is, like, light up a few torches, but I don't know why you would want to. Sure that this might have something to do with some of the side quests that I've sort of been neglecting, but... who knows, really? Rainbow stones. Your classic type of... Your classic type of marker on the ground that you throw down. Makes pretty lights and everything. Now, can I get on that one statue? No, I have no idea where that thing is. Well. This is also something to maybe look at later. See if I can actually find some sort of a real progress to be made at this point. Not quite sure if there are... I don't know. Not quite sure if there are, like, if there's going to end up being a demigod down here, another great rune to be found, but at least I now have it unlocked for the future and everything like that. So if I do need to come back to the river in any way, it'll be a very easy area to end up at. Well, yeah, let's see if I can at least find one of those sconces that you can light. Once again, like a Dark Souls 3 type of thing, where you say light up each of those things to open up the area to get to a boss, but aside from that, I don't know. This is a fairly small place, all things considered. Like, you can see the edges of it, or at least the edges that I've found that you can explore from here. Like, it's a tiny map. But yeah, does that do anything? I don't know. but it's here. All right. The other thing, of course, and maybe the more important thing to be doing at the start of this episode, is to finally get past the point where I fought Godfrey. Erdtree Sanctuary, I believe. Right at the foot of the Erdtree. The ultimate goal of my journey, maybe. That's where I become the Elden Lord, after all, right? Or at least that's what they say, where I'll be joined with Marika and can reinstate the Golden Order, I believe is the main thing I'm looking at with the plot right now. And at the same time, I'm still fully expecting that, you know, even if I get down there, that what they're going to do is they're just going to be like, nope, you got to have all the runes. Which is why I've still been looking around to see if I can find any of those. A lot of deceased finger maidens about. I guess the implication would be that they're the ones that summoned the specter of Godfrey around here. Although there's still not really much of an explanation as to why. To test the prospective Elden Lords, make sure that they can take down one of the greatest that existed, the first of them. Sacred tier type of statue here as well. But that's just speculation on my part. I honestly have no idea. The plot remains a little bit out of my my depth in terms of really understanding what's supposed to be going on. I'm trying. I'm talking to all the NPCs. I'll probably have later on like just a full 10 minutes of me talking to more NPCs back in the hold. But does that explain anything? No. Are you going to finally get... Oh, hell. You're going to finally get like the big explanation of if there's something more than just becoming the Elden Lord in the same way that... Cool. Ow. That was just right through my torso. I'm going to get more of an explanation as to what it means to become the Elden Lord, similar to what it means to, like, succeed Gwyn in the first game. Nope. And then I should also beg him down there. This weapon is pretty fun, even if it is incredibly slow. Hey, here's this place. Saw it in a whole bunch of the loading screens coming up to this point. It's fancy. Blessing of the Erdtree, which is cool. Completely unusable for somebody like me, but cool. Definitely one of those online play type of items. But yeah, it's interesting that you get a preview of this chamber, even though it comes pretty far into the game. I guess this is where Queen Marika would live at with her giant stone tablets. Her enormous collection of those. And then the entrance to the Erdtree itself. Right here in front of a golden gate, with a golden gate right in front of this. Oh yeah, this is as far as I've gotten.
Graceless, tarnished.
You have got to be kidding me. You cannot be serious.
Godric the Golden. The twin prodigies, Mikola and Melina. General Radahn. Praetor Rykard. Luna Princess Rani. Willful traitors, all. Thy kind are all of a piece. Pillagers, emboldened by the flame of ambition. Have it writ upon thy meager grave. Felled by King Morgott, last of all kings.
I cannot believe that Morgott, or Morgott as it were, is gonna be another big boss. This is... and of course he's moving that much faster now too. So, yeah, this is where I was just like, alright, this is gonna be a thing now, isn't it? With how hard the original Morgott fight was, now that we got an upgraded version of this... what is he even doing here? This goes to my whole, like, hey, what's going on with the lore right now? Because... oh my god. You didn't follow those guys. I'm the one that felled Radahn. I'm the one that also felled Godric. So yeah, this fight might take some time. I'm gonna be honest here. It's just so funny to think that a character that was already a pretty rough dude to be fighting in the first place. At least it seems to retain a lot of the basic patterns that he had before. Even faster, though. Whoa. Still not doing too bad in terms of damage. It's just, but I am also halfway down on my potion charges already. Yeah, it's like similar attacks, but also more advanced attacks. Okay, I guess probably just wait until he... Maybe I can get a hit in here? It even has like the basic disengagement sort of roll that he did before. Yeah, same line too. Didn't see that in the YouTube series, but trust me, when I was trying to fight Morgott the original time, or Morgott, I suppose, he did... You hear a lot about your foolish ambitions, let's just say that. Okay, man. That's going to be an entire thing by itself. You might as well just show that off in the last episode as well, considering how quickly it happens and everything, but... I'm fully planning this one to take a little while. Yep, it is exactly as I expected. This guy is extremely difficult. Difficult enough to the point that I'd started to use some of the game mechanics and tactics that I've been neglecting this entire time. So, first thing to note, yes, I am using the axe again. Star Scourge blades are cool, very cool, but they can't be enchanted, and they're also just extremely slow. For every 2 hits that I could get with the axe, I would only be able to get 1 hit with the blades. Additionally, the attack that you do after rolling with the blades is this very quick sort of stab that does significantly less damage than just a normal L1. So that's another reason why I want to try and use the axe more. And the other thing is that on the axe now I have an Art of War, or Ash of War, whatever it's called, that gives me frost damage and also lets me cast a little cloud of frost out as the weapon art. It is a minor amount of damage, but there are so few punishable attacks in this fight that it helps out a lot. And then, on top of all of that, I'm also going to end up using a summon finally. It's the jellyfish, which I don't even think I've showed myself getting, but that does distract Morgott, at least for just 1 attack, enough for me to get out a full combo, and that can make a huge difference in the later part of the fight. But for right now, this attack looks like it should be punishable. It's not. He immediately goes for a swipe as soon as you go around it. That one swipe with the regular blade, and then he slams down the hammer. If you roll into that, he has 3 more attacks with the blade coming at you. This attack, on the other hand, much like the first fight with Morgott, you can punish it very easily. You just roll into it and swing a couple times. Make sure you get out of range of that, though, afterwards. Yeah, he still has all of the knife throws, which are scary, but at least pretty consistent to try and dodge. He's also got this thing where he tries to run at me like in an arc. As long as I'm kind of moving away from him, it's usually pretty safe to dodge. Wait, now. It is, getting that timing down is essential for this fight. Because he loves to use that move a lot, but at least it is pretty easy to dodge once you get the timing down. Also usually gets comboed into something that you can punish, whether it's... usually I like seeing him try and throw that spear, because that means that he's either going to jump at me or he's going to do another basic combo that we might see here. Pretty easy to dodge. Yeah, there's that like arcing movement. I just kind of run backwards. Run slightly towards him, run backwards, you're usually okay. There, throw, continue going. This attack here, yeah, you'll see him get kind of near you, and then he'll do that. Also very punishable. Just make sure that you get away from him so that when he takes both of his weapons up in the air and slams them down at you, that you're able to respond. All right, phase 2. You know there's going to be a phase 2. There's never not a phase 2. So first thing to do, try and get him with a little bit extra frost damage. And like I said, the jellyfish here is just as a distraction. It's to have me get... Oh, look at that amount of damage. That's amazing. Jellyfish is almost instantly gone, did virtually nothing, but the job that I sent it out to do was accomplished with flying colors. Especially because a lot of the times that I fought Morgott, he's usually moving around so quickly that I couldn't even get behind him to attack him a few times. And it doesn't even matter if he's actually trying to attack you or not. He'll just, you know, run away fast enough that you can't even get in range of hitting him in the first place. So this attack is large. This phase is largely the same. You'll see that there's these annoying geysers wherever he seems to hit the ground with his weapons, whether it's the magic ones or his regular type of blade. And that's obnoxious. It generally means that you can't stay within melee range because he'll usually slam his sword on the ground or something at least once. But the other thing that really makes this phase a lot different is that he gets a... you remember the dash from phase 1? From phase 1. From the first fight with Morgott. Yeah, that one right there. Same sort of concept. One of them is a grab where he'll impale you on the sword and just deal a lot of damage. Also break your... that one right there. But if you roll it well, that is at least a pretty punishable attack, which is great because, at least in my experience, he tries to do the jumping attacks a lot less in this phase. Now, don't get hit by either of those attacks, though. They deal a lot of damage. exploding and everything like that. His blade also does bleed damage, but oh man, he's gonna kill me 5 times over by the time he gets a bleed. Yeah, he likes to swing around the sword and the hammer now, and other things. Just the attacks are just slightly different, but less punishable, which is frustrating. That's why saving the summon for this phase was the obvious plan here. And there's the grab. Oh boy, doesn't kill me at least, but the maybe more than anything else, breaking the lock on was the thing that frustrated me the most. Much like in the Renala fight, just suddenly not being able to look at your foe is bad. Okay, roll to the right. That's the best way to do it. I've also found that you can kind of jump over that attack, but rolling to the right is much safer. Let's just say that. And hey, there we go. He uses those attacks less. That doesn't stop him from using those attacks. And okay, there we go. I don't think that he's going to be returning after this one now.
Tarnished. Not but a fool. The Erdtree wards off all who deign approach. We are all forsaken. None may claim the title of Elden Lord. Thy deeds shall be met with failure, just as I.
Yeah, this guy, I tell you. Well, hopefully he's actually going to stay down this time. All right, let's get into that big tree, because apparently I can't leave. Gate is still up. Well, I mean, I might say that none can become the Elden Lord, but that's not going to stop me from trying. I'll say that right now. Ooh, fancy. I knew it. I knew it. It is. You have to go get all of the runes before you can get in here. This stupid thing. Morgott, you could have just told me, hey, dude, you don't have all the runes. You got to get all the runes if you want to go into the big tree. Well, I suppose it's right back to it then, eh? At least now I do have a little bit more of a direction of where I want to go. That being, of course, well, go activate this great rune. Oh, hey.
Hello again, old friend.
I think you know what I'm going to ask.
To converse with you. You were unable to enter the Erdtree, no? Prevented by the mantle of barbs. The thorns are impenetrable, a husk of the Erdtree's being that spurns all that exists without. The only way to stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord is to pass the thorns. My purpose serves to aid in that very act, so I'd like you to undertake a new journey with me to the Flame of Ruin, far above the clouds, upon the snowy mountaintops of the giants. Then I can set the Erdtree aflame and guide you down the path to becoming Elden Lord.
Okay. Wow, that's...
Shall I turn your runes to strength? Let my hand rest.
Why not? Whatever. Frankly, I have no love for this giant tree.
Share them with me.
12,000. No, 120,000.
The principles you would follow.
Not bad. What am I going to do now, though? I obviously, one of the things that I've been putting a lot of points into as of late is dexterity, because, you know, that's been one of the items I'm using more often than not. But at the same time, too, maybe I can finally get some good armor on if I just put these all into... Like, yeah, get some good max equip load, finally. Presumably, or at least I'm going to hope, that I will be able to respec again in the future, that we're not just going to have the one, but we'll see.
I wish to journey with you once more to the flame of ruin. Far and guide.
All right. Well, I guess we're doing that then. Red point on the map. Point me right to that. Actually, where is it? Oh. Wait, how am I supposed to get in here then? Maybe it's literally just using that that medallion that she gave me. Or presenting it to somebody who would know how to use it. Of course, I do also have a new Great Rune, so I don't know. It might be more interesting to try and get that thing working for me. No, it's probably key items, right? I mean, if I was going to take... Oh, yeah, I got like 2 of these things just kind of running around the map. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, there's like an hour or so of me doing a little bit of exploration of the western side in between fighting Morgott so many times, because there's only so much of Morgott that I can take. Oh, it's to activate another lift. Okay. Leyndell to the Mountaintop of the Giants. Okay. Flame of Ruin. Really is very, The Dark Souls, you know, what can I even say? And Morgott's still hanging out over here. No, he's gone. No, okay. Of course, the other thing to check, maybe before I even make my way over to the tower to get that rune activated, is to see what can I make with his soul. I'm guessing holy weaponry, God, I don't know what else. Maybe his weird sword tree branch thing. Now you check it out. 4, count them, 4 great runes.
Well, you managed to...
What do you think of that, Giant Fingers?
You know what this means. The
Are
Erdtree
looking kind of
has
different than usual,
sprung
actually.
you. The fingers remain still, shaken by this turn of events. They are busy consulting the greater will. When they are finished, the fingers will again offer their guidance. But thousands, if not tens of thousands, of moons must first pass. No matter for me, but you. How will you ever manage the wait? Oh my.
Well, let me know if the fingers come up with anything, because I don't know. Yeah?
Heavens forbid. That is not the domain of mere men.
What about giants?
The burning of the Erdtree is the first cardinal sin. And you say you seek the power of the Rune of Death too? The Rune of Death goes by 2 names. The other is Destined Death. The forbidden shadow plucked from the Golden Order upon its creation. Unleashing the rune now would be unthinkable. The fingers would never permit it. Nor would the greater will.
But I want to be the Elden Lord.
But here we are. The fingers dormant, severing our link to the greater will. The realm and all life in ruins. Impossible events transpire beyond the ken of the fingers. Who is to say that the cardinal sin must be cardinal forever? Go on. Finish.
Well, you changed your mind on that one pretty quickly.
Take the course you deem most worthy.
Yo, this lady's cool. I'm surprised that she was just like, yeah, you know what? Maybe we just should. Whatever, man. Look, The greater will and the fingers, yes, of course. We love to follow them. We love all of them. But at the same time, it's like, man, I'm sick of waiting for this shattering thing and like the Elden Ring to be reformed. So let's just get to that already.
You must find kindling. Only the smoldering flame in the great forge of the giants on the highest peak in the lands between can burn the Erdtree.
Got it, a MacGuffin.
Special kindling is required to reignite the flame. For the flame to burn the Erdtree, a sacrifice is needed of one who envisions the flame and can lead you to the rune of death.
I think I already have somebody that's doing that. Hey, what do we got? Many wraiths to chase down foes. That's not something Morgott did, is it? Born from the Erdtree's royal line. Okay, so the characters that I've seen that have otherwise been guarding the tree and Morgott himself, I suppose, are of the Erdtree's royal line. That makes sense. And yeah, that's what I thought. Bloodblade. Also probably does deal bleeding damage too. Sure does. Arcane Strength and Dex. Unfortunately, it's not really a rune that I'm going to be able to use. Well, I don't know.
Let the words of the fingers guide you.
Yeah, if the fingers ever come back here already. But it might just be worth using that, but maybe I might. It is a pretty cool sword. It is a pretty cool sword. I would not hate like respecking and trying to use that thing. I'll just say that right now. That might be something to consider in the future. But then again, hey, I did just go right back to the old axe, so who knows? Like the everything with this frost buildup has been pretty useful. As much as I don't really want to just kill every single enemy by blowing frost at them, it's like, hey, it definitely made a difference in that fight.
You. What is it?
Oh,
If you're heading to the Forge of the Flame of Ruin, in the snowy mountaintops of the Giants, you'll need to find the Grand Lift of Rold, beyond the Forbidden Region.
Oh.
Go if you would. Take no heed of cardinal sin. The two fingers lost their purpose a long, long time ago.
Hey, but I mean, what? Look, everybody seems to be kind of agreeing on that point, aren't they now? So anything else to be said about this? Four more.
Melina, the Lunar Princess, and
well, I do actually know where Rani is.
We both as such. If you're heading to the
Yes. Okay. I do actually know where Rani is. Not Renala, her mother, but Rani herself is, in fact, just kind of hanging out in the lake area. There was like an entire boss and everything before it. I thought it was like a side area as I was going over here, but yeah, she's at this point right here. Rani's Rise. I said I'd help her out with some kind of nonsense. I didn't know if that was going to be part of the story. I got it available on the other save file if that does make something of a difference, but could be worth checking out a little bit later. Sure. Give me another one here. Probably want to go power up the rune that I'm about to get here. Then now I can just strengthen up Ashes a whole ton too. Which maybe I will, just for the sake of getting a few extra hits in on enemies. Just in case I find another boss that is not very punishable. And I decide to break my own vows. Ooh. I mean vows, it's just a preferred play style. It's not I'm not here doing this because I'm like, oh man, we gotta go melee only, R1 hits, all strength. No, it's just, you know, that's how I like to play the game. Anyway. Anything else going on in here? Any new stuff to be had?
Well, where have you been up to, youth, no matter?
Yeah, don't worry, I did plenty of times, but I made it out okay. Let's just say that. All right. Eastern part of Leyndell. The Elden Throne, which got broken so many times during that fight. Pretty often by Morgott himself. So, yeah. East Capital Rampart. I don't know. I suppose I'll figure this one out. I just want to see... I want to see what this rune does. I was looking for something over here when, as it turns out, there's just a big door at the end of this the entire time. Well, not every one of the large doors can be opened up, which is why I was kind of confused when I actually got a prompt to open it on getting here. So this is definitely a lot more eastward from the place that I was last at, and probably where the tower is, I think. At least taking just a very cursory look around here, it does seem like, yeah, I just need to head up the tower by getting to the top of the stairs right here. Also many more enemies to fight, but I am not worried about that for right now. I don't know. Seems like in here there is one extremely large, well, when I pull it back down, one extremely large elevator piston type of deal that leads up to, I'm guessing, like wall up to the walls of the city, which, going at least by what the rune was saying, the eastern side of the city does lead over to the tower. So, and Leyndell's eastern ward. So, well, let's see what happens. This is a much larger elevator than you really need for this entire setup. But hey, it is the capital. I guess they wanted to go all out. Why not? All right. If this is not the tower, there are plenty other places to go look around, though, I suppose. And then I'm going to try and go find the next lift to get up to the mountainous area after this. Because although I want to say Morgott probably going to be suffice as the can I? No. Probably going to suffice as the big boss to be taken out right now. I still want to see the next area, if nothing else. What do you got? Look at me focusing a little bit too much on that horse there. I don't think that horse is even going to be able to get across. Oh, no, never mind. I'm going to get across the ruins is what I was going to say, but... Oh my god, go down already. What? This is unexpected. Extremely so. Okay, what? That better be something good now. I get that's actually enough to give me another upgrade on this weapon, so I guess that's pretty good. I don't know. I'm so used to the dung beetles giving me art of war type of stuff that I'm kind of surprised to see, yeah, just upgrade materials, which is the traditional thing that those bonus enemies will give you, but not as often in this game. I don't know. Is this the place? All I gotta do is look for some of the two fingers, or continue to go up. No? Well, where am I going now then? Because in general, towers do not go down. Unless this is some sort of, I don't know, inverted tower or something. Are these the Forbidden Lands? This looks like the sort of thing that I would call a Forbidden Land if I... Yeah, oh, huh. Well, I guess I need to go over here anyway, but this is not quite what I expected to find. Well, hey, the grace point is activated. Let's go back up into the tower and see if anything else. But hey, I suppose that also does mean that if you're looking for even harder areas than just Leyndell, this would probably be what you're looking for. The area directly before you need to get some other key item to activate yet another giant lift. Well, yet another. There's been quite a few giant lifts in this game. I don't know if there's so many that I'm starting to get tired of them. Okay. Where am I? Well, there are two different exits. One of them is likely to lead to the yeah, okay, there we go. Not having the map in this area means that I can't really see giant towers as easily as I would in what is oh, come on. No. What? I thought it was going to be a boss. Okay. Yo, this is weird. What? Okay, well, it is a boss, but also, what an incredibly bizarre sequence that is currently happening here. Okay, good, they can be stunned. Thank God. Also, hey, I figured out how to use the special ability of this thing a little bit better. Bam, and then, bam, just tap the button again. That is a lot more impressive than just the pure, explosion that I had before. Well, at least this is going okay, I guess. The other guy has yet to even get in here. Which is only to my advantage, as always. Okay. Oh, no, that's your face. I thought you were facing away from me, to be honest. Huh. Well, one's down. This guy seems a little bit more frightening, to be honest. Maybe circle strafe around to try and make sure that I don't get hit by it. By the fire? Whatever that is supposed to be. I could not possibly tell you. Okay. Frightening. I'm alive, though. Uh-huh. Oof. That was a big hit. And now he has a sword on fire as well, which is also, like, super not great for me. Okay. Disengage. This is still so incredibly bizarre. Why am I in the Shadow Realm? Whoo! That probably would have killed me. Fell twins. Keep talking about dual boss fights in this game. Haven't seen a true one just yet, but this is certainly not dissimilar from what I would expect. Yeah. I'm just going to heal here again, keep myself topped off just to be sure. Okay. I'm frightened, but I'm also very close to finishing this, I think. Good. Well, yo, I don't know what this is. Let's just accept it and keep going. Just got transported into the Four Kings fight randomly there. Well, hey, stunning enemies usually go down pretty easily, especially ones that don't attack like 10 times in a row, like, say, the Lenin monstrosity did. Still, though, I did not expect that to happen. Certainly a much friendlier boss fight than Morgott, I'll say that right now. Okay, anywho, I do believe I have a rune to activate here. By the way, how much did I get for that? 30,000? Hey, that's on the level at least. And then, since I already know where I'm going to be going for the next area, it's like, I probably want to spend these things right now before I lose all of my runes to enemies I've never seen before again. Yet again. For the, I can't even tell you how many times that has happened so far in this game. Every one of these areas is, what is going on here? Why is there like dark miasma dripping from the ceiling and through the floor? I guess I'm not going to question it. Look, I'm here for one purpose and one purpose only. No mysterious the realm of pure blackness inhabited by gigantic ogres will stop me on my mission to figure out what this rune does. This completely optional thing that probably does not make that much of a difference, let's be honest here. Look, the stat benefits are nice and everything, but having to use a rune arc every single time, not as much. Not as pleasant. Still, though, same basic... Wait, why is there a save point here? Oh, or is this just because you're probably intended to discover it before beating Morgott? And they want to give you a nice, easy way back up here. All right. What do you got? Well, just go right to the grace point and set it up right now. I'll even throw on a rune arc. See how much of a difference this thing makes compared to everything else. Not Ashes of War, Great Runes. Greatly raises maximum HP. Yeah, raises maximum HP, raises all attributes. I like that. It was indeed the Lord of Leyndell. Neat. Well, now I am. Take that, Morgott. That's what you get for fighting me 3 times. Yeah, that's pretty all right. This is very close to like a classic style of. Is it up here? Yes. This is very close to a classic style of how the runes. The runes are now very, very similar to like embers in Dark Souls 3. This rune. No longer just a regular stat up, but purely tons of health, which I appreciate, but, you know, everything kills me so quickly regardless. I don't know how good the idea of, oh, hey, here's a lot of extra health is really going to do, unless I already know all of the boss attack patterns, because one combo is going to take me out most of the time anyway. And getting stunned and everything, and oh, sure, yes, I'm going to try and equip up some heavier armor, but I don't have any hope that that's going to make any difference. One of the things I have noticed playing through Elden Ring is that I am definitely spending a lot more time on every one of these bosses than I have in any other entry into this loose series. I don't know if that's just because I'm hideously underleveled for everything that I'm trying to fight, that I should be having that much more powerful Hey, please. That much more powerful equipment and levels and everything like that, but or if this game's just really hard. It's a hard needle to thread because a lot of the other okay, forget about this then. Because a lot of the other open world games that I've played, Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy 15, all had the common theme of being pretty easy, like all pretty easy games. Even in Horizon, which I am just absolutely atrocious. Nice. Absolutely atrocious at at actually, like, doing first-person shooting and everything like that, or first-person shooting of bows and arrows, nothing was really that hard. Whereas this is definitely intended to be a hard game, so I can never decide, is this supposed to be a hard boss, or am I completely unprepared for them? Character like Morgott, or Morgott's OG form, I definitely... I don't need to fight this guy. I definitely stubbornly tried to fight him at way too low of a level. Everything else, though, I don't know. I just do not know. I see. I mean, look, I can probably take this guy out if need be, but I'm not really planning on it. They're talking about, like... well, there goes the Rune arc. We are, of course, talking about an open area, which usually doesn't mean you need to fight something unless I see a golden door somewhere around here. That's at least the way I've been doing it up to this point. So if the tree just rejects everybody, how did Godfrey become the Elden Lord? Did he just declare himself that or something? Do Morgott indeed fell at least one character, that being Godfrey? Who knows? Okay, well, it looks like it's just up here, and that's where I can also finally get the map, too. Of course it has to be. You gotta beat the big boss and everything before you can even see where you're currently at. Put that thing in a little bit more friendly location, please. It's the only thing I ask. But yeah, there seems to be some place I want to jump up from here. Having to figure out where that is while also maneuvering my way around a boss is not the most ideal circumstance. Here it is. Yeah, this even looks a lot like the deck to Lift 2. But hey, it's working. Even put my waypoint down there and everything. Any ghost this time? Points of grace? Do have a point of grace. No point of ghost. I wonder if there's a way to bypass this one like the previous one, because, yeah, having to actually beat Morgott is something of a tall order. That Coward's Tunnel for this side of things would actually be quite appreciated. Yep, that's it. Looks like a slightly more cold version of the previous lift, but definitely the same thing. Okay. Still mad that I lost that rune arc, though. Alright. First thing to do, go get that map. Second thing to do, kind of taking the sights. Mountaintops of the Giants. I guess not as much to see around here. Of course, it also seems like every single time I try to look at any vistas, it's always just immediately, are these ghost animals? Okay. Every single time I try to look at the sights here, it's always very cloudy, so that's always a lot of fun. It's the Grand Lift. Can kind of see the Divine Tower here. Mostly kind of obscured by the tree, though. Like, this is a very narrow area, seemingly. But I'm going to guess right now that this is probably the final part of the map that I'm getting into. Is there going to be much of anything to see here, or is it really just a large, desolate sort of mountaintop area? I guess you can already see a bunch of ruins around here, so it's not quite that. Also, ghost trees. Like ghost animals and ghost trees and everything around here. This is weird. Oh, and great. Who's the friendly wildlife that I'm gonna have to encounter now? Frost dudes. Well, so I guess it means that my frost axe is not going to be tremendously useful anymore now, is it? That's unfortunate. I'd still like to, I don't know, see what else is kind of going on here. Looks very similar to the... Oh. You guys are aggressive. Looks very similar to the, like, branch staves that I see a lot of the other enemies wielding from earlier. Well, it seems like a very, yeah, like I said, narrow area. Maybe it's not going to be tremendously large or something. Who knows? Wait. Okay. Wasn't about to accidentally barrel right off of a cliff there. Also, yeah, no, okay, so this is a very lived-in place. I see the gigantic city in the background there now. More of those guys. This, you know what, I'm not going to worry about it. Let's get a little bit of exploding knees action going on before sprinting away from the Smau enemy. I fought one of those guys earlier. They're pretty tough. They actually really do have Smau's moveset. I'm not even kidding about that. Like, I got a giant hammer from it and everything. I can even show you right now. Here. Like, look at it. Look familiar? Yeah. Hey, one of the random guys. I don't even know if I've shown this off in the series, but there are just occasionally dudes sitting in chairs. You know, just around, got items on them. It's an easy way to find some kind of notable item. Just look for a dude somewhere out in the wilderness sitting on a chair. What a... Oh, I see. That's what you wanted to... Alright. Never gonna get away from this, are we? The shooting at you as you try and cross a very narrow area. Yep, another one of the giants here. I suppose this is the land of the giants. Probably should be expecting one of giant enemies, right? Sort of reminiscent of the cut arch stone from Demon Souls in that way. Supposed to be sort of a snowy area known as the land of giants. Never actually made it into the game, or into like the remake, or even as like a DLC or anything, but apparently was originally intended to be in here somewhere. Maybe this is a love letter to exactly that. Alright, so where am I going now? Seeing many a ghost tree around here. This definitely seems like the place to be heading to. Wonder how far I am in the game right now. There's still quite a few more great runes to be found, but right now they didn't say anything about requiring all of the great runes. I just still assume that because, you know, that's a video game thing to do. But I don't even know where like 2 or 3 of the other rune holders would even be located, and one of them isn't even a boss. Neat. Giants. Friendly giants? Not friendly giants. Okay. Frankly, I didn't expect anything else, but still. You never know. No cathedrals as of just yet either. Still kind of on the lookout for as many of those as I can find, because Oh, yeah. Because after all, that's where you get a lot of the big flask upgrades. I would really say all of the big flask upgrades. I mean, the other thing, though, too, is that there's not even, like, any minor Erdtrees or whatever to go find. Little mini-bosses to go get some more of the Flask of Wondrous Physics. It's just, it's a desolate area. I wonder if this is supposed to be the implication that untouched by the Erdtree, life stagnates, because, you know, that's a very big theme in all of these games. Immortality leading to stagnation and sickness. Definitely got the sickness here with the Scarlet Rot, but not like the infestation of parasites we saw in the previous games. Not as much talk about immortality either. Though I suppose you could say that the rune holders maybe are supposed to be proof of that. It's a somewhat surprising departure, at least as of right now. Where am I? Maybe this is supposed to be a minor Erdtree. Just one that isn't, doesn't have anything on it. Oh boy. I do not like the idea of being in, just a completely flat surface. No landmarks. Aside from the occasional block of ice around here. No indication of where I may or may not be going. The freezing fog? Is it the fog itself, or is there an actual enemy here? Video game, you need to tell me. Oh, it's a dragon. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'll be honest, I have actually tried fighting some dragons since the last time that I said I definitely would never do that. They just kind of respawn, or I mean not respawn, despawn super easily. Like, it's, nice. Like, it's very easy, for whatever reason, to just get them to kind of stop fighting you. Well, the first church. I believe that's all three of them, then. Although the second one I didn't actually show on camera. That was one that was near the volcano over west of Leyndell. Nice. Expected, but also very welcome. Why is the final... Like, do I even have enough? No, okay. I wonder why this was, like, the first place that they put a church. Seems sort of out of the way and quite away from the Erdtree. Lore implications? I don't know. Oof, all the way over there, eh? Well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get over there. And I'm going to probably spend a very long time trying to find something of interest in this entire area. Sure that this is probably the point in time that I can get, like, the other mining bells that exist. Haven't really seen anything just yet. Okay, maybe Caelid. Maybe the reason there are these T-Rex dogs in Caelid has absolutely nothing to do with the Scarlet Rot, and they're just kind of normal animals that hang around. Okay, lava slugs. Sure, sure, sure. And then leading into the fire cultists again. Oh, those wacky guys. Yep, there's another one of the Smowlings. This doesn't seem like the right place to go, but then again, they do worship fire and everything. Maybe they're more allies than I gave them credit for when I found out that we're going to burn down the sacred tree. Neat attack. Also, please get me out of here. Well then. Good old getting stuck on geometry. Still a classic part of, well, every 3D game I seemingly play. I don't know why. Just is. Ah, oh wait, there we go. Yeah, right next. I was gonna try and get inside of that fort or something, but this definitely seems like a better place to go to. The giant chains. Who's setting up giant chains to link together mountains? I don't know, but they did it. Oh, and thank God the map's right here as well. East and west. So, is this like the entirety of the area? Oh, it's actually like really big. Maybe a little bit larger than I was expecting it to be. Well, there also seems like there might be something else over here too. Ah, who can tell, really? Yeah? I'm seeing some notable locations as of right now. I think I know where I need to go make my way over to. Erdtree still in the background, as always. Your constant companion. A lot of extra large giants kind of hanging around here, too. Pierced through the chest, seemingly, as a lot of giants are. I don't know what... Or are they just holding on to big stabs? No, they're pierced. A lot of giants seem to be like that. I don't... probably lore implications for that, but I don't know. As always. Also, those frozen pot guys might be... I guess I'm not going to find out. Neat. Not useful, but neat. And I think that's supposed to restore FP, and I'm not really using too much of that right now, am I? Yeah, I suppose we have seen other very large giants that have existed around here. Hey, nice. Very large giants that have existed around here. Giant skulls like that. One did appear back in Caelid as well. Oh. Uh-oh, that means I'm about to be invaded by something. Oh, boy. Oh, it's a bloody finger guy again. Good job. Well, here's the thing. And kablamza. Not as much damage as I was hoping for, though, I'll be real. Please, please, Fancy Dan. Come on, I can make up for the embarrassment that was last time. Potentially. He's definitely going to go for a heal or something soon enough, but... It's like straight up Maria-style Bloodborne sort of nonsense. Well, I would also, just real quick, just to make sure, there might be a point of grace inside of here, yes. And so this way I can make sure that I just respawn inside of here if I do in fact die. If I don't die, then, well, I played the game correctly. Hey, even more. Nice. This is still absolutely ridiculous. There's such large weapons. It never seems to be a problem for other enemies to hit me with their weapons. Well, let's try taking out this guy, I suppose. Man, I hate that guy. He is, he's a character, isn't he? Cool, Rivers of Blood. I got his big, dumb, stupid weapon that I probably can't even equip anyway. Even if I could. It's not like it would be doing nearly as much damage as he did for me. Dex. Dex stuff, of course. Yes, countless men. Countless men. Well, anyway, enough of that. Now I have a safe save point as of now. I just need to go up to, I don't know, the giant volcano-y type thing that seems to be over here. That is really the only big landmark that seems to have any meaning as of right now. Or is it like a gigantic cauldron? I have no idea. Suppose I'll see when I can figure out how to get my way over these cliffs. More giant chains, of course. You don't love me now? Never love me again. I can still hear you saying I'm looking for these giant chains. Hey, you look like a boss. Yep. Oh, I was just enough to... well, definitely another boss to be running directly past, right? It's horse combat, so one-hit kill, as always. Should come as no surprise at this rate. Oh no. Okay, well, I guess I'm not getting away from this one, am I? Who knows? Maybe... Well, I'm not going to say that this is likely. Maybe I can just run past. And giving me a golden door there does not fill me with a lot of confidence, though. Okay. Wow. Are you sure you want to resummon this steed? Like, yo, dude. Oh, no. Well, alright. This is a good place to stop. Gonna have to... Boy, this does not seem like a very fun boss. I'll say that right now. But to end out the episode, I'll give you a whole bunch of lore from the other points in time that I was inside of the hold. People got a lot of stuff to say, and I recorded it.
We meet again after all. I apologize for any offense given by my bearing, but I'm quite unable to move, you see. So, what do you need? Ah, you defeated Godric and claimed yourself a great rune. Looks like we both got what we wanted out of Stormvale, didn't we? Well done, friend. Something to mark the occasion. Go on, take it. As you might have guessed, I still can't move. My fighting days are behind me. No need to be polite. I've no use for it anymore. Ah, so you've met Dee. Dee is an old friend. We found ourselves journeying together for a time, bound by our exploration of death. But our paths have since diverged, never again to cross. Though that's hardly an uncommon fate for two friends. Dee was telling me that he discovered the mark of the centipede. The centipede is an ancient symbol of the curse mark. As long as whoever finds and uses it is not nefarious by nature, then we may be able to form an alliance. If only I could speak to them in person. And if they were like you, all the better.
You've been busy weeding Deathroot, I take it. I thank you, as your brother in arms. So what can I do for you? Are you acquainted with a man named Roger? You know, the piteous fellow hiding away on the balcony. He was a formidable spellblade in times past. Don't let his easy air deceive you. He was wise beyond his years, stout of heart and clear of mind. No more, though. You see him now, ravaged by thorns, muttering and rambling, like he's half dead already. I can't stomach to watch. Take well the lesson, friend. That's how you end up when seduced by those who live in death. When grace is sullied, it rots people from the inside, breaks them.
Oh, hello. I've not seen you here before. I am Nefeli Lu, warrior, here by decree of my father. The pleasure's mine, as a fellow tarnished, guided by grace to the Round Table hold. Ah, yes. I wonder if you've met my foster father. He's in his study, the room Ensha's guarding just over there. If you haven't already, I advise you introduce yourself. Father is leader of the Round Table. I'm sure talking to him will be worth your while. It's about time I headed off. I'll see you again, warrior.
You've received the wisdom of the Two Fingers, have you not? Then I bid you welcome, as a true member of the Round Table. I am known as Gideon Ofnir, as a tarnished who wishes to stand before the Elden Ring and become Elden Lord. I am accumulating knowledge, to be all-knowing. You now belong to a select group of fellows. As such, I ask that you remain constant. You. What is it? I understand you've been speaking to Nefeli. She's my daughter. I took her in when she lost the guidance of grace. Though a mere axe-wielding barbarian, her youthful credulity suited my purposes. So I put her to work. Do not hesitate to employ her. Should her services benefit you, despite her looks, she is more than capable in the press of battle. There are 4 more demigods yet to be located. Mikola of the Erdtree, the Unalloyed. His twin, Melina, the undefeated swordswoman. Luna Princess Rani, daughter to Renala. And the one only known as the Lord of Blood. Rani is said to have cast aside her great rune. So here at the Hold, we seek the whereabouts of the remaining 3 shard bearers. If you should learn anything of these matters, I'll trade your findings for a hidden treasure or a long-lost right, known only to me. We both desire to stand before the Elden Ring and become Elden Lord. As such, I hope we are compelled to work together.
Pleasure to see you, thank goodness. I'm still looking. It's not easy. You're telling me I possess some kind of gift? I don't believe you. But if I do have this talent, and goodness knows it would be my first, I suppose I should try to hone it, shouldn't I? I'll ask Master Hugh to teach me. Certainly he does appear intimidating and holds no love for us tarnished. But I know he's trapped here at the Round Table Hold, so I can tell. He's a gentle soul underneath.
Well, I took you no man to lay out your arm. The girl. What about her? Are you out of your mind? Who'd stay with an ugly brute who only knows how to smith? Absurd. Besides, she'd never agree to it. I refuse to believe it. I don't doubt you, but I know when something's too good to be true.
Good to see you again. Thank you very much. I have you to thank, don't I? For persuading Master Hugh. I can happily announce that he has taught me the noble toil of spirit tuning. I'm as yet unsure of what I might be able to accomplish, but if I might be able to help you all, I'd certainly like to try. And if there's any chance to ease the suffering of my dear men who were grafted, well, I certainly must try. Roderica, the Spirit Tune Apprentice. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I need to warn you about something. A little while ago, someone started lurking in the wing on the opposite side of the round table. And I can hear, from all the way over there, the howling and wailing of spirits in fear of a curse. I can even hear the repulsive twisted malice in itself. A plethora of spirits in an unceasing cacophony. I can't even imagine. How much suffering inflicted to who knows how many souls. Not even the grafting caused anything like this to happen. You should keep your distance. I know you're strong, but please. I'd like to ask you a small favor. Can you take this little one along with you? They can't be summoned here, but the spirits look rather fondly upon you. It'll be glad of your company, I think, the little one. I can hear it from across the wing, past the round table. The howling and wailing of spirits in fear of the curse. I can even hear the repulsive twisted malice in itself. You should keep your distance. I know you're strong, but please. I can hear it from across the wing, past the round table. The howling and wailing of spirits in fear of the curse. I can even hear the repulsive twisted malice in itself. You should keep your distance. I know you're strong, but please.